What's up, OTE fam? It's your boy Snapper Jones, and welcome back to another episode of the OTE podcast. This week, as you see, we switched it up a little bit. Still got my same co-host, Amari. You know, you the co-host at this point, bro. You know, defensive player of the year, Amari Evans. We got teammate headed to Arkansas, my guy Meleek, and co-host after getting y'all first dub. I'm beside Diamant Blasey. How I feel getting that first dub this week, man, or last week?
Man, you feel great. You know, we've been waiting since the beginning of the season for that W. We was a little bit struggling defensive side and offensive, obviously. We getting to figure this shit out, and that's one of many.
No, for sure. Hey, I'm excited to talk more about that. But Lee, you know, first off, how you feeling, man? I know you was a little banged up at the last weekend.
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm just recovering, rehabbing, doing everything I need. I'm feeling great though. It's sleep.
I seen you in there lifting, getting the sweat in, and you volunteered to get in the cold tub even for the game. You can't bag out, bro. I'm going to hold you to that.
I ain't going to back out if I asked you.
We in there, and by that, I'm already knowing you're going to be playing next Friday.
For sure.
So let's get into a few questions because even though I'm excited to dive in about the Dreamers versus the Reapers matchup that's coming up soon, Friday at 7 p.m. to be exact. But first, we got to talk about the cohorts, man, because, hey, 0-8 to start the season was not the vibe. We talked about that a lot. All right. So do you think y'all can go on a run now after getting that first win? Because you know what it takes.
I think the first W was really what we needed as a team. All the team that we lost, except maybe 2 or 3 of them losses, there was like close game. Most of the game we lost them by 5 or 2, 3 points. We lost one against Blue Check at the buzzer beater. Now that we know what it takes to win, I just think we're on a good pace, and that we're just gonna make it happen.
One thing I noticed, using the star lineup this game, bro. You know, I ain't no coach or nothing, but y'all go 0-8 without you being in the starting lineup. Then you get in the starting lineup. Word on the block is you believe you got 6 blocks and not 3. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think maybe the man that was doing the stats, he was a little bit sleepy during the game. That's okay. That's okay. If you want, we can run it back and watch the game to make the stats look good. But I think these don't really matter. I was just, being ready since the beginning of the season to enroll the role that the team needed me to be. I think I can bring a lot to the team and bring a lot on those wins. I just think I show what I needed to show, and I'm just willing to do it again.
Nah, you definitely played well, bro. And you added to the team. Amari, my God. You know, the Reapers, we'll see where y'all land on the Strictly B-Ball Power Rankings, but you guys got a big test this weekend against the Dreamers on Friday. It's a game of the week. You know, are you guys confident heading into that game? I know the season hasn't went, I guess, as you expected, because I'm pretty sure as defending champs, you want to be number 1 on the rankings, and you had some games due to injury or just some games due to, not being able to get it done. What's the thoughts heading into playing the only undefeated team in the league?
Playing against the only undefeated team, I mean, I'm confident in my team. I'm confident in every single player. I'm confident in my coaches. So I feel like our chances is good going into this game, and I feel like if we just keep our head on the main goal, we'll be all right.
And Lee, we talked about it. We was joking a little bit before the cameras came on, but we was asking who I think I'm going to win between that. First off, shout out Leek with the shades, bro. Leek with the shades is out of pocket. I know, bro. But the fact you got the shades on, you chilling right now. What make you think that y'all a team that can actually get the first win against this Dreamers team?
I just feel like we never going to give up. Like, if it's going to be a dogfight the whole game, we got everything to take the win just like they do. And just like they like their odds, I like our odds more than any team. So
we talked about before the camera started rolling, like I was saying, if anybody has a chance, it got to be y'all. Mainly because what's not spoke about is guys like Cole Granderson and Micah Tucker. That's important because majority of all that scoring come through the guards. Y'all got 4 verified guards that can guard. You, Mari, Micah, and Cole. Y'all can switch. Y'all can blitz. Y'all can come up with so many schemes. If y'all don't slow them down, I'm going to be honest, no glaze. Like, if y'all can't beat them, bro, it's a legitimate thought. Like, damn. Because if y'all can't do it, who can? Nobody else got the lineup that y'all have, like the defense that y'all have.
25 chords.
Y'all got to slow your roll. You one win deep, respect. But, if y'all can't do it, bro, it's a valid question. Like, can anybody do it?
I feel like me and Leek together, we've beat a lot of people. Like, everybody who say they can't be beat. So I feel like me and him together, I feel like we going to click and we going to figure it out. But I definitely feel like if anybody's going to beat them, it's going to be us.
For sure. Like he said, we didn't beat a lot of teams.
Like who?
The Night Riders last year, they won it all again, and they only loss was New York Lightning, and that's Amari Evans and Meleek Thomas on that team. If you ain't know,
Something I like to talk about.
We just had a lot of good games. We've been playing too many games since we was younger, like down to the wire games. So, like bro said, if anybody's going to do this, it's going to be us.
Something I like to talk about is talk to people about how long y'all been playing together, because we all know that a big reason why you got here, League, is because you got tired of winning in Pittsburgh. It was a little too easy, and you were like, maybe you should kind of come win over here. But y'all been playing together for a long time. How long have y'all been playing, and how does that help y'all on the court today with the duo that y'all got?
Just to know each other's spots, know each other personnel, know like we click off the court, so that's a big role on the court. I mean, that's probably the biggest part right there, and it's just easy to figure each other out after that, especially when you know how somebody plays since young.
And since both of y'all are very strong-headed, right? Neither one of y'all want to lose. Is it okay for y'all to hold each other accountable in games, even when it get tight? Like, hey, you seen me, bro. I was open. You better swing that. Or is it more like, nah, bro, don't talk to me right now, bro. I'm locked in.
Nah, well, Leak, it's definitely like, yo, bro, you see me open. He'll be like, my bad, I got you. And he'll come to me like, yo, bro, you see me too. I'll be like, my bad, I got you. The next time I'll hit him, yo, good pass, boy. Same thing, like vice versa.
As it should be, bro. That's solid. No, Diamond, you guys played the Dreamers earlier this year. What do you think is the key to beating them? Because y'all have played them. Try to hold the mic a little closer.
I think the key to beat this team is really consistency. You cannot go to this team with the level of confidence they got right now, on this winning streak. If you want to beat them, you just got to come together, play as a team, and play for the 36 minutes. If you don't play the full game, I don't think it's going to be possible. But I think one of the OTE team is going to do it, and why not the Cards?
So it ain't going to be the Reapers, it's going to be the Cards.
I think they got a solid team. They got a solid matchup. I think everybody in the Atlanta teams can do it. I just think this team got too much confidence right now.
So I'm all right. I got to come out and ask you, who you got? Okay, you got the Reapers or you got the Dreamers? Who you got winning?
I'll give it to my boys. Honestly, I think the Reapers gonna end the streak.
Amari and Lee, who guarding who on Friday, man? Who guarding who?
You'll see you on Friday.
All right, bros. Come on, bro. Let me know.
Nah,
who guarding who?
We're not doing that. You'll see on Friday.
For sure. All love. Hey, Lee, I want to ask you a few questions, man. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name a word, and I need you to tell me the immediate word or phrase that comes to your mind after I name this word. Okay?
For sure.
All right, let's do it. Doug Martin.
Coach.
It's not bad. Okay. Amari Evans.
My boy.
For sure. City Reapers.
The unit.
Diamond Blasi.
Twinner.
YNG Dreamerz.
Good basketball team.
Coach Calipari.
Great coach.
Eli Ellis.
Good basketball player.
OTE MVP.
Meleek Thomas.
Sniper Jones.
Goon.
All right, Mark. How you think he did, bro?
He did solid.
That was solid. Hey, Mark, let me ask you, like, what makes Meleek so dangerous on the court? You play with him so long, you know his game. He's tough, right?
I mean, I feel like what makes him, I feel like he has a will to just win. So I feel like he does whatever. As you see, he's second in rebounds as a guard.
Which is crazy.
So, I mean, that just sums up his game. Like, the points is going to be whatever. He's going to get those. But, like, the fact that he's averaging a double-double as a guard, that just shows you everything you need to know about his game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know when I said OTE MVP, you said Meleek Thomas, which I feel like at times you're at the top of that list. And I feel like, I don't know, something about this league where it's like, maybe it's because social media and clips, if somebody have a big night, people tend to forget what you did last week. Mm-hmm. For example, Eli can go for 55. They forget that you had a double-double and had like 21 in the fourth, right? Yeah. Or Sean can come out here and go for 40. So it's one of those things where I feel like this league is so good that you got to constantly remind people why you should be at the top of that list. And that's why I'm looking forward to you having a good game or just helping win by any means come this Friday, because this is going to be a lot of lights. There's going to be a lot of eyes on that game. What you think about it?
Like you said, it's going to be a lot of eyes, a lot of lights. It's just outperforming with the lights, with the eyes on them big stages. I always have, and I'm always going to. So I never shy down from any moment. It's going to be two very good teams going at it. So it's just going to be the best team going to win. I don't take it as no other game.
Mark, let me get a score prediction.
Score prediction. I mean, obviously, I think we're going to win.
A little closer.
Obviously, I think we're going to win.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
I feel like 85, 83.
That's a good defensive game.
For sure.
85, 83. That's a good game. Okay. And Meleek, do you feel like you guys are the Dreamers' toughest test this season? I know I said that, but do you feel the same way?
I feel so because it's just like me being the leader, Amari being the leader. We just constantly remind the team, like, let's go, pick it up. If we ever down, pick it up. If we ever up, pick it up. So, like, I always just try to never keep us level-headed. Neither, like, Maury also does the same. Like, just keep going, keep going. And if us as a team just continue to keep going throughout the whole game and never stop, then I don't really see us being beat to too many teams. But when we get complacent and get comfortable, that's when teams really put the foot on the gas themselves.
For sure. We talked about it, man. We talked about the power rankings for a little bit, but we have the strictly rankings to showcase after a weekend where the Dreamers dominated, but the City Reapers and Cold Hearts took care of business as well. So let's see what we have. Kareem, let me see the power rankings. Okay, there we go. So if we take a look,
Bullshit.
Talk to me about it. What you don't like? Talk to me. Talk to me, man.
Nah, I mean, regardless, the recur we have, he makes sense, but I think Core is trying to get up that list soon.
All right, so you saying the list is weak because y'all still at 8 right now? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So, all right, Diamond, hold the mic a little closer, bro. Where should y'all be if that's not valid? 1 and 8, okay? Where should y'all be and who should y'all be over if that's not valid?
I mean, we the score right now.
The mic.
We the score right now. That's correct. But we're going to be top 3 soon. By the end of the month, we top 3.
Who y'all taking out the top 3 to get there?
JellyFam.
They not in the top 3 though.
No, I'm thinking who we're getting over.
Okay. And I'm saying, like, you see the top 3 right now. Somebody got to leave for y'all to be in the top 3. Blue check.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
English, man. Come on.
My bad, bro. My bad. Hey, Blue Check's 5-1. They number 2. Reapers moved up. Number 3. I think y'all was number 4 or 5. Where was y'all at, Mark?
We was number 4.
Okay. Y'all at 3. Fear God at 4. RWE at 5. Diamond Dove, JellyFam, Cohorts. All right. What do y'all think about where y'all currently positioned at on the power rankings?
Me personally, I definitely feel like, record-wise, this is correct. But number 2, they haven't played as many games as us. They've never been in the building.
That's the one we talked about last time. That was a little shocking to me. Like, you can't be 2. Technically, record-wise, you're 2. 5-1. That's the second best record, so you're the second best team. You never played in the building, though, bro. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So that's the one I don't know about.
Close by 1.
They also got the second leading scorer over there in Caden, right? He averaging like 30. So I get it.
He getting to a buck.
Yeah, he getting to it.
You got to come in the building. Because, when it's playoff time, you'll be in this building.
That's the advantage, y'all.
No.
Nah, I'm going to tell you why, though. If you play 6 games without being here, and I think 5 of those 6 was home games at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had 5 home games, and now they coming here on the back end when games count the most and never been here. That kind of works against them, though.
But I also feel we get away games in our own gym. So, are you going to count them as home games for them?
I don't know. That's a good question. Leek, what you think about the list, bro?
Like, me ever seeing a list to where my name or team or anything that I'm, like, affiliated with is not one, I don't feel it's a good list. So I don't like the list. But like you said, like we talked about, record-wise is correct. I just want to see us as one and stay as one.
All right, man. So now it's time for us to bring in Nolan from Strictly Basketball to discuss the list. Nolan, what's up, man?
First of all, I'm not nervous, guys. So it was just
we had to make sure, man. He was looking a little nervous over there, man. Nolan, we got a lot of movement this week, but the Dreamers remain number 1, the Strictly B-Ball Power Rankings after beating Fear God Athletics by 22 and RWE by 24. Were you surprised by how much they dominated?
Honestly, not really. I've said it before. It wouldn't surprise me if the YNG Dreamerz finished the season undefeated. I do think the City Reapers, Amari, Meleek, and everyone else on the squad is gonna provide the YNG Dreamerz their biggest test of the season. But the fact that they've gone undefeated so far hasn't surprised me at the list.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised, right? Fear God is they could beat them. I thought RW was a team that could beat them. So when you're going against teams that could beat you and you beat them by 20 plus, I was shocked, me personally. And by the list, if you look at the rankings, Fear God is somewhere at the top in the middle of the pack. So they're more than capable of winning. I was just kind of shocked that they lost in that type of fashion. Were you guys shocked at all by like the margin of victory last week?
Yeah, because I definitely thought it was going to be a better game. But I mean, Dreamers got up on them.
What you think about last week's game? Was you surprised by how much they won by?
I had a lot of hopes on OTE. I thought it was about to get over them, but they didn't really.
Hey, another loss for RWE, who falls at 2-4. Nolan, what's the biggest issue with the team right now?
I think the biggest issue is just energy level and effort. When I watch their team, Taylor Kinney and Jasper Johnson have obviously been phenomenal, but they just don't have – it doesn't look like they have a crazy amount of energy when they're playing. I don't think they want it as bad as the other teams right now. I think they just need a mindset shift, to be honest.
Question, and this is something I want to ask you because, you've been doing a great job with the rankings. Is it safe to say if RWE struggles against the number 2 blue checks, is it time to panic? Should we be hitting the panic button? Are they dropping down towards, the cold hearts? Like, are they going down that far?
It's tough to say. I think it all depends on how close of a game it is. The Blue Checks are obviously a great team. Josiah Parker and Caden Magwood have been phenomenal. Their whole team has been super impressive. So I think it really comes down to the game itself, not necessarily if one team wins or another, because it could still be a really good game. But I think something definitely needs to change for RWE because, they're coming off of 2 losses. The energy doesn't seem like they want to win as badly as the other team. So something needs to change for sure.
After seeing the power rankings, a few of us noticed that blue checks was a little high. Amari, what was the statement you said? Like they're high, but they haven't came in the building. Like you want to talk to Nolan about that?
Yeah, I talked to your partner about this last week. They are 5-1. I respect that. I mean, they won 5 games, they lost 1, but once they come in the building and then they win, then I have nothing to say. There's nothing to argue.
So it's safe to say you believe that right now they rank too high because they haven't stepped foot here. That 5-1 is a true 5-1. Mm-hmm. However, it should be graded on the scale because it's a lot different playing in a high school gym relatively to playing in an arena like this where it's a lot more hostile, it's a lot more things going on. So do you take that type of stuff into consideration when you're making these lists?
Yeah, we definitely do. It's just so difficult when they've had just a 5-1 record. The only team they've lost to is the YNG Dreamerz. But, I will say if the City Reapers do beat the YNG Dreamerz, it's looking like they'll move up to the number 2 spot. So something to take into consideration.
So, wait, so they lost 1 game and that wasn't at their gym, right?
I believe so. Or they lost in the OTE arena, correct? But it was to the YNG Dreamerz, who have been.
Whoa.
No, they haven't came out here yet.
No, they ain't come out here. They played
out come on yet.
No, they haven't played 1 game.
The last they've had is to the YNG Dreamerz,
and that was in like a different school, and they played 5 games in their school and haven't lost in their school.
I mean, it's just more based off their record alone and what we've seen from the team. More specifically, Caden Magwood and Josiah Parker, but I think their entire team has been very good.
Respect.
So what happened to the ranking if the cohorts beat them?
How, they play in the
Yo.
Go.
I said, what happened to the course if we beat them?
If the Cold Hearts beat the...
Yeah, because then number 2, we last. Where are we going?
Got to be number 3, right?
How much? I think you guys have a very good squad, and, your record doesn't show for how great of a team you are. But as for where you are right now, I mean, you said you don't agree with it. I don't know how because you guys are y'all only had 1 win, but I do really like your guys' team. I do think there is great potential for y'all to, jump up in the rankings and make a nice playoff run in the postseason. But if you beat the Blue Checks, I think it really comes down to by how much.
For sure. Dreamers versus Reapers this weekend. Can the City Reapers move to number 1 in the rankings if they get a win? And how much would that affect the rankings?
If they win the game, they're definitely going to move up in the rankings. But I think it really comes down to how much. The YNG Dreamers have had almost every single one of their wins as a massive win by a large margin. They're 8-0. To Amari's point, they've won a lot of games in the OTE arena. And to have an 8-0 record, that's pretty impressive. So they would fall to 8-1, and the City Reapers then would be 6-3. So it's tough. I think it depends on just how much the win would be if the City Reapers come out with a W.
Okay. And also, I talked to Mari about this, talked to Leek about this, but I want to know your opinion. You do a great job covering the league. Are the City Reapers the Dreamers' toughest test this year? Or do they have the biggest challenge of taking them down?
I think they got to be. I mean, YNG has already beaten every other team. RWE, I thought would be a really good match because their first game, they only lost by – or their first game, RWE only lost by 5 points, but then they got absolutely blown out. And almost every single one of the other teams have gotten blown out by the Dreamers. So I think the City Reapers are the YNG Dreamers' toughest test for sure. I mean, Amari's got that championship pedigree. Meleek Thomas has looked like a top 3 MVP candidate alongside John Abayev and Eli Ellis. So I definitely think the City Reapers are the YNG Dreamers' toughest test so far.
I'm happy you brought that up because this MVP conversation has been a three-headed monster probably since like the second week of the league. And I feel like it's going up and down depending on who has a good game, who has a bad game. But we know Eli Ellis currently is number 1 at the MVP race. But what can Meleek do on Friday to re-enter to be at the top of the list of MVP votes and MVP talks, in your opinion?
Meleek, you got to go off. You gotta take down the YNG Dreamers, and you gotta have a really good night. I mean, it's just really tough. Eli Ellis is the best player in the best team. He's averaging the most points, the most assists. The YNG Dreamers are undefeated, but I do think if Meleek has a massive night, the City Reapers cut down the YNG Dreamers. Then that would be a conversation. Or him being the top candidate. But he's got to go off. He's got to YNG Dreamers. That's a big test.
For sure. Before I let you out of here, predictions for the game, man. City Reapers against YNG. Who you got?
I know I got 2 of the City Reapers on the call right now, but I got to go the YNG Dreamers. Hopefully you guys use that as motivation to go in there and get the win. But I do think the YNG Dreamers are going to win.
And why do you think that, if you don't mind me asking? I want to know, hear your thoughts on why.
I think Eli Ellis has just been absolutely incredible. Cole Rosario, Abu, Isaac Ellis have all been a really good supporting cast. They've just looked like the best team, to be honest. They're a really cohesive group. They've been playing phenomenal. And, if they carry the momentum, it's going to be a really tough team to beat. But, I just want to see the game fully. That's all I want to see when the YNG Dreamers face the City Reaper.
Nolan, man, thanks for pulling up and tuning in, man. We appreciate you. We're going to let you go.
Yeah, appreciate it, fellas. Good luck in your guys' game.
All right. And you know what's funny to me, bro? You've been here for 2 years. You played for the City Reapers for 2 years. I don't think you've ever been the underdog in 2 years. I've never seen you play a game and not be the favorite. I'm so excited to see you play Friday, bro. This is my first time getting to see what Amari Evans looked like as an underdog. Because the chip you play with now is a champion. It got to be another level. Is there another level to an underdog, Amari Evans, who everybody expected? I'm going to be honest. Everybody expecting the Dreamers to win.
I mean, they should expect the Dreamers to win. They're the number 1 seed. They're undefeated. I mean, I expected that. But, I mean, going in as an underdog, I'm going to just keep the same mentality, kill. And after the game, the game's going to be the game. Next game, kill. Just keep the same mindset the whole season.
And real quick, like, I'm on the same time.
I was just about to ask you.
We on the same thing. It's like, I don't feel one game ever judge us or judge how our season going to go or nothing. Like, we go to win every single game. We go to kill every game and play our best game every night. Like, and that's for every game. And like I said, one game don't judge us. Like, we didn't,
No, for sure. And even for you, though, Leek, like you said, you won 2 high school championships already, 2 state championships. I can't really think, has there ever been a situation where you were an underdog? I'm just excited to see two players, right, 2 of the best players in the country, be put in a situation that's new to them, because I always feel like in order to grow, you got to be out of your comfort zone. And I feel like this is like one of the first times y'all going to be out of your comfort zone and have to play just to remind people how good you are. And I don't think y'all have been there in a long time.
Yeah, like you said, like Wayne, other than like EYBL games and when people thought other teams was favorited, yeah, I have been. But like high school and not in a minute, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I don't really get that feeling. I always feel I'm the best at all times. So it's like, yeah.
Does that make you turn another gear, or like what changes?
I got one gear, like nobody, and it's never going to change. You know, you gotta tie your laces like as hard as you can before the game start. When I'm stepping on the court.
So it's safe to say, like, if a team is coming into Atlanta to play the City Reapers, and they know they got Amari Evans and Meleek Thomas, they're not going out that night. They're getting sleep early. They ain't trying to see what's going on in the city. They respect y'all enough to make sure that they go to sleep early, get a good night's rest.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, I will hope teams lock in the night before they play us.
Say less. Maury, I have to ask you an important question. You know, how many technical fouls will Coach Doug Martin get on Friday?
Hopefully none, but like realistically, probably like 2 or 3.
I give him 1.5. I don't even know if you can get a half.
Betting over.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet the over on it.
I'm feeling you.
And by the way, you know, the defensive player of the year talks. You had 6 steals, which is kind of crazy. Where do you feel like you're at in the talks of defensive player of the year?
I mean, I still feel like I should be the favorite. If I'm not, that's on them. But I'm gonna just keep playing my game. I'm gonna keep defending. I'm gonna keep stealing the ball, and we're gonna keep winning.
Somebody new in the race that a lot of people are saying needs more respect on the defensive player of the year is Isaac Ellis, who also has 6 steals the next game after you. And, you know, some of his numbers came out, him guarding Caden Magwood, Taylor Kinney, Sean Abayev. He's keeping these guys to shooting almost 17% when he's guarding them isolated. You know, what do you think about his defensive game and him being introduced into this defensive player of the year running?
I think he's a great defender. I think he's a great player, and congrats to him.
For sure. I definitely think that his name got to be tossed in there at some point, whether you got him in the bottom of the pack, the middle, or the top. He helps a lot. Even the rebounds he be getting, like I said, he get like 4, 5, 6 rebounds a night. He's like 120, if that. So you gotta respect it. Meleek, for you guys to win against the Dreamers, what does the team need to do?
I'll rebound them, play faster than them, get more defensive stops than they do. Limit less paint touches, make them take more force jumpers, rebound, run, like I said.
Rebounding is key. For them,
for
like
sure.
they thrive off of second chance opportunities. Sometimes they get 3 opportunities, and it's just effort at the end of the day, which I believe y'all have. So
for sure.
I'm excited to watch
also
that.
Getting back on defense. They like to play on the break and throw lobs, you know.
For sure. Diamond, you know, you seem to fit in with these guys up here. You know, would you be open to trade to the City Reapers? They can probably use somebody like you on the defensive end, bro. 6 blocks last game, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point of the season, I feel like I'm kind of locked into my team. I'm not really looking into any type of trade.
What y'all laughing at, bro?
I mean, I would definitely play with my guy, but not this season. Like, I'm lucky with the card for this season, no matter what.
For sure.
Ace said not this season, like we're going to be here.
Hey, man. All right, guys. I really want to thank y'all for joining us, man. We're going to be joined by the worst owner in sports, the Adrian Harding for the City Reapers.
Yeah, I'm the worst owner with the
Hey,
worst
man.
camera.
How
My
you doing,
goodness.
man?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I'm from another time period, bro. I don't know what's going on right now. My camera not working.
Yeah, this is like the first episode of WandaVision. But I hope everything good with you.
Yeah, everything good behind the camera, man. How you been?
I've been great, man. You know, hey, let's get to it. All right, Adrian, you guys have won 5. You got 5 wins this season, but you know, some are saying you have a big marquee win. You don't have a really big win. Is this Friday night? This is your biggest chance to get one of those big wins, right? You get to play an undefeated team. How much does this mean to you as an owner?
Oh, no, it means everything. We got to go out there and do our Dougie, man, because I ain't going to lie to Reapers. From what I heard from the last couple seasons, hey, they that team. And I ain't been seeing that team the way everybody been gassing it. I'm trying to see what the hype is about, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I saw it the first night when we was down 0-17. I was like, this is the team that I own, my goodness. But after we came back and won, though, I was like, yeah, I like this team. So, you know, we got to get this big W, man. And this is a great game to show how cold we really are as a team.
A lot of people blame that on Coach Doug Martin. Do you agree?
Yeah, as long as they blame it on me, yeah, blame it on him. That's a terrible coach. No, I'm just playing. Well, I'll be forgetting to be live, bro.
Hey man, it's all good. It's not like he'll ever find out. We saw the rankings before. Now, how you feeling about where the City Reapers was at the time?
I felt like we was definitely at a lower rank than we need to be, but I mean, we know it's at the top of the rank, and we definitely coming for the number 1 spot. So with that being said, we're gonna be there at the number 1 spot. That's nothing.
The team in the number 1 spot is currently undefeated, though.
Yeah, and
right?
bro, trust the process, bro. Patience is key. Trust the process.
Okay. Well, some that's very important to y'all losses is 2 out of the 3 losses came without Meleek Thomas. Do you think that's being like undervalued in the rankings, that they're not really adding the fact that y'all wasn't healthy on 2 of those 3 losses?
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, you can't really count that into play with the ranking. They're just going to base it off of how many wins and losses you have. We all know that if Meleek was on the court every single game, we're not losing. Everybody knows that. So whenever it comes to having healthy players, not healthy players, people don't take that into account. And it is what it is. But we know that if he was on the court, it'd be a whole different thing.
Diamant Blasey was just inserted into the starting lineup for the Cold Hearts and got a record-breaking 6 blocks in the game. Would you be willing to trade for him? His value is like really high right now these days.
Trade who? Who are we trading?
I mean, you're the owner. Why are you asking me? If you want me to be the owner, give me the team. Okay, what are you doing here?
No. You will never get a team OTE.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
I wouldn't trade nobody though. The way I am, I can't take no players off the team, but we can add to it though. But ain't nobody taking nobody from the team, bro. I will steal somebody before I trade somebody.
Maybe you can put like a Monty Williams and like trade the coach, like one of those situations.
No, because then I'm gonna have beef with bro, and I like having coach on my side. He funny.
Okay, that's solid. He'll never know about this. Who's your defensive player of the year this year? Is it Amari Evans or is it Isaac Ellis? I'm sorry.
It's going to be Amari Evans every single time. Stop asking me dumb questions. Next question.
I don't think it's a dumb question. I think Isaac Ellis just had 6 steals last game, and if you look at
he did that one time. All right, next question.
How many other people has done it?
Hey, I have no idea. hey, nobody I know of.
Bro, 6 steals is a lot, bro. You almost had a double-double with steals. You act like that's not impressive. What's wrong with you?
I mean, it is impressive, but he's not on my team, so I don't care that much.
Okay. Any run around the league that you would want to add to the City Reapers? You guys need a shooter or a big or anything like that?
I think we all know who. I want TK. I've been asking for TK since the very first game. I want TK, bro. Sorry.
Who you giving up for him? Is it Hugo Fakarot? Like, who you giving up for TK?
Nah, you tried to put me in a bad spot last time.
Bro, I'm trying to help out YNG. You told me YNG was to have him on the team. I'm trying to help you see it through, my boy.
Anybody who don't get no minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody on the bench. We can take everybody off the bench and we can sub them out for TK. Let's do it.
You're a terrible owner. Who's guarding Eli Ellis come Friday?
Amari Evans, 100%. We gotta put the the best defensive player in the league on the greatest scorer currently right now. Just being realistic. 55 points is insane.
I'm gonna tell you this: if Isaac Ellis shut down Meleek and Amari is guarding Eli, and Eli go crazy, I think that we already know going to be the defensive player of the year after that matchup right there.
You know what? That's not gonna happen. So let's not even put that out there.
Okay. Eli's clearly at the top of the MVP category. What does Meleek have to do on Friday to get in that conversation? Because it's a short-term memory league, man. You can be at the top of the list. Somebody can go score 45 and then they be number 3, right? It's flip-floppy. So if you're Meleek, you got the second most rebounds in the league, right? You're top 5 in scoring. Really good team. What do you have to do against this team with all the lights and all the attention to be back at number 1?
Bro, in reality, he just got to play his game. He knows what to do. This ain't nothing you got to tell Meleek, bro. He's excellent all across the board. We all know Eli as a scorer. We don't know him as a defender. So at the end of the day, I don't know why this comparison is even happening. It's somebody who does everything about the sport versus somebody who's mainly an offensive person. You know what I'm saying? So Meleek just got to go up there and do his thing. There ain't nothing I got to tell him or nobody else got to tell him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Eli's only leading the league in points and assists. RWE got smacked last weekend by the Dreamers. And the Dreamers are, 2-4. Should Cam Wilder be, panicking at this point? RWE is losing bad. They're 2-4, man.
Owner. Yeah, no, he's a horrible owner. He should always be scared at all times. He's a terrible owner.
You know who's not scared? Coach Doug Martin, who's with us now. He had their whole story. But you know what? Hey, man, we're going to let you go. Good luck the next time you're in Atlanta. And be safe, my brother.
What do you mean good luck next time? Is that a threat?
I mean, not for me. Coach Doug heard you talking about all that extra stuff you was talking about over there. No,
Coach Doug, I was just playing. I was just playing. Jokes. You know how it be. I was just playing.
Yeah.
All right, how do I leave? How do I leave?
Yeah. Just go ahead and fade to black, brother.
Hey,
You're halfway there.
Hey, kick me out.
I stuck around for yours. You should stick around for mine.
Oh man.
Oh, actually, wait. I love to hear it.
All right. Well, first off, we're joined by my guy, good friend of mine now at this point, man. just a great guy. Coach Doug, head coach of the City Reapers. I like the overtime shoes, by the way. They're really nice.
Yeah. Tom gave me 2 right feet though, but I'll address that.
I heard how you dance. It makes sense. Yeah. There's no worries though. Hey man, Amari is always talked about as one of the best defenders in the league, but it's been a lot of talks about how Isaac Ellis is just kind of being underrated as a defender. Did you pay any knowledge to that? Have you noticed that at all, or is this just now hitting your radar as well?
I had Isaac in Germany with the AG&T team, and yeah, he was a really good on-ball defender, understood team concepts and things like that. So his name coming up now isn't surprising to me, but I'm always going to bet with my guy.
Absolutely. Speaking of your guys, Eli Ellis and the Dreamers coming to town Friday night at 8-0. What makes them so tough to play against?
For me, I think that with the Dreamers is probably one of the only teams in the league where if you took a poll of their entire team and said who's the best player on the team, their entire team would say Eli. If you took a poll of the other teams, if you took a poll of my team, if you took a poll of
a few
RW,
different answers, yeah.
You'll have different answers. So I think they're the most connected team right now. And the style of play is, they know where the majority of shots are going. They know who's playing what role, and so that's where they are now, and it's everybody else's opportunity and chance to kind of catch up.
That's a good point, but I guess does that make it easier to guard when you know where all the offense is coming from?
Not necessarily.
Why not?
Just because if one guy is taking
37 shots,
40% of their shots, even though you know where they're coming from, there's no rhyme or reason of where those shots are coming from and how he's getting them. So it doesn't make it easier. I mean, if you told me he was taking 17 shots, okay, I can plan for 17 shots. But if you're taking 37 shots, it's they're coming all the time. So you have to just be prepared for that.
Coach, I think you guys have a strong nucleus of defending guards with Cole Granderson, Micah Tucker, of course, Amari, and Meleek, who's a very capable defender. What do you think about the people who say that you switch too much and don't allow certain guys to, retain possessions, right? Not let Amari keep that matchup with Sean or Caden Magwood and allow that pick and roll to be switched to get the weaker defending on them, even though you got guys that's more than capable.
Yeah, I would say to those people that it's my job to develop 10 players and not just one guy. If I have to let Cole Kirak and Mustafa Diop show to their college coaches that they can guard, as well. It adds more value for those guys. So this is a developmental league, and it's my job to truly develop those guys. But it's also my job to challenge my guys as well. So even though Amari gets the acclaim as being the best defender in the league, it also is Cole Kirak, Cole Granderson, Michael Tucker's, Malik Thomas' job too. To when you're switched on to a guy,
yep,
it's your responsibility to do your job as well.
So pretty much you playing chess, not checkers. Tell them, if you ain't gonna say it, I'll say it for you.
I play the long game, not the short game.
Okay. RWE got blown out, by the Dreamers on Saturday. What did you learn from that game? And were you surprised by the margin of victory? Because I thought it was gonna be a lot closer.
What did I learn? That if you don't come to play, the Dreamers will embarrass you.
Absolutely.
Is that an indication of what they are all the time, or is that an indication of what RWE is all the time? We don't know yet. We're still 8 games into a 20-game season, and then the playoffs. I think like the rankings are going to change a lot. I think the expectation of teams are going to change a lot, and Corey's not healthy right now, so it's a lot of factors that go into it. But as the Dreamers should, every time they get a chance to embarrass somebody, they should, because I think Corey would do it. I know I would do it. I know him would do it. So this is basketball. It's not about friendships. It's about getting W's and giving guys L's.
Last year, I think y'all were the clear-cut favorite to win the entire thing. This year, heading back into it, I think a lot of people are obviously going to with the undefeated team, the YNG Dreamerz, to win it all. Your second year in the league, what's the biggest difference from the expectations now that you're not expected to win, or at least you're not the favorite?
Yeah, who said I'm not expected to win?
I know you're not thinking that.
Right,
the majority of like fans watching at home and just stuff like that, if you ask them who's their favorite to win for the first time that you've been here, it's not the Reapers. Does that affect you? Does that change the way you coach, motivate the guys, or do you like what's changed since that happened?
I don't hear it and I don't pay attention to it because I am expected to win. My team wants to win the championship. It's Friday night an indication whether we win the championship or not in March? Absolutely not. As I said, I'm playing the long game with this. So what you see from the Reapers on Friday night is definitely not what you're going to see from the Reapers come late February and March. So we're just going to continue to feel like we're the favorites, walk around here, act like we're the favorites, and get on the court and try to become the favorites.
You are the defending champ, so you can definitely do that if you wanted to. I want you to break down this game for us, right? Because I feel like it's a high-powered Dreamerz offense versus a very physical City Reapers defense. Mm-hmm. So I asked Mari, a score prediction. He gave me like a low 80s. I can see that. These guys are putting them like 120, 115. Mm-hmm. I highly doubt they're able to score that many points against y'all. I think it's going to be a very well-balanced game.
Yeah, if the Dreamerz get up over 100, we won't win. Yeah. We have to keep the game in the 80s, low 90s for us to have a legitimate chance of winning. But you're going to see some different things out of us on Friday night that no one's expecting.
Some zone? Well, hold on. What we thinking?
We play zone.
Okay.
So,
a Sniper Jones sub? Like, what we saying? Nobody expecting that, right?
We're not desperate
Okay,
yet.
all right. When the panic button hit, you call me.
I
already got my jersey. You don't even know. They sent that to me last week.
First of all,
it's in a glass case. I break the glass.
Answer this question. What number do you have?
48. It's a very special number to me.
And
so don't laugh.
When I look down the bench, there will be 47 other people that I picked before I get to number 48.
Hey, Coach, man. Mari wouldn't tell me, man. I tried to ask him, and maybe it's a discussion that hasn't happened yet, but is Mari going to be on Eli to start out the game? And for the majority, can we expect that matchup? Because I think, I want to see it, but I also think that it's a good chance for you guys to be able to slow him down, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, is Amari going to guard Eli the jump ball? 100%. Will he be on him the entire game? We switch a lot. So, or do we switch a lot? So it'll be
what I've seen so far. There's a lot of switches.
So I'm sure Amari's going to find himself and place himself in that matchup more times than not, because I know Amari. He wants to test himself. He wants to see where he is with it, and kind of check the temperature of Eli and the Dreamerz too. So whether Coach Doug designates that, I think Amari's going. Players have all control.
Absolutely.
So he's going to put himself in that situation.
When we talk basketball when the camera's not on, man, we talk for a while, and something that surprised me about you, not really surprised, something that I like about you is the attention to detail. No matter who you are, if they don't make the scouting report, if they don't make the scouting report, you know who they are. You know what they do. So this next question I wanted to ask you was, who else on the Dreamerz puts a lot of pressure on you guys? We always hear about the Eli's, right? We always hear about the big name guys, but is there anybody else that makes a big impact on the game?
This may get me in trouble, but I think Cole Rosario is probably the most complete player on their team.
I agree.
And he's the one that I think when they come into the building, he poses the biggest matchup problem for guys. He's, you're going to account for Eli, of course. You're going to account for what Isaac can do. You're going to account for what Abu can do. But Cole is the guy that you scratch your head and say, man, do I put Meleek on him? Do I put Michael Tucker on him? So he's the one for me. I mean, if Eli gets 35, 40, 45 points in the game on Friday night, will I be surprised? No. But if we allow Cole Rosario to get 25, 28 points,
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be a huge problem for us.
And speaking of unsung heroes on the opposite team, let's bring it back to the City Reapers. Give me a name besides Meleek and Amari who you think needs to have a good game on Friday for you guys to win.
Cole Carrot. He has to put pressure on the Dreamers around the rim by scoring, not allowing them to get second shots, but also being a defensive presence at the rim when they attack downhill. So if Cole plays well, Mustafa Diop plays well, I think it gives us a better opportunity and a better chance of winning. If those guys don't play well, it can be a repeat of what we've seen in this building for the last month and a half.
Yeah, the OTE landscape, it's 3 Atlanta teams that struggled this season. You less than others for sure, but is the balance of power shifting in the league? And why the early season struggles? We're not used to seeing these teams that's not in the building have such a great start and dominate some of the rankings, but now we're starting to see it.
It's twofold on that. Every team outside the league plays a traditional high school schedule. So they are 30 practices and 18 games ahead of us already. Secondly, no one in the building has been healthy. If you go to Norm or Corey and myself, I think if you put your left hand on the table, you can count the 5-on-5 practices that the teams have had combined. So that's the biggest issue. It's not an excuse, but it's just reality of what it is. But those guys have a lot more seasoned, a lot more experience than we do right now. But I think when February comes, as I said before, I think it's going to kind of level out.
As they said, what is it? The cream will rise to the top or something like that.
Something my grandma.
The better
used to
teams,
say.
the better teams to flow up.
Yeah.
Cohart's got to win, man. Is the Cohart's a legit title contending team?
When it's an 8-team league, I think all teams are title contenders. If this was a 16-team league and they were 15th and 16th, I would say absolutely not. But if in an 8-team league, anything can happen. Like I said, if knock on whatever this is, but there's no major injury either. Because if the Dreamers are Eli Ellis rolled ankle away from falling down. Yeah. Meleek's out for rolled ankle. We lost two games. Corey hasn't been healthy. So, it's when it's 8 teams and if an injury happens, it can change the trajectory of what everybody anticipates.
That's why you always got me for a sub, Coach. Who is one player on the City Reapers that, that's not on the City Reapers, I'm sorry, that's really impressed you, so far this season? Anybody, any team that you probably looked at and like, wow, this kid is pretty good.
I think Quincy is doing a great job with the sideline reporting. I think that is the greatest asset that overtime has done to the league this year. I would say Quincy would be the greatest addition that the league has made.
I'm sorry, I'm OT player. I don't know if you skipped over.
I didn't hear you say player.
No worries.
I tuned you out after I said
we'll cut
OT.
that. Won't make it. Any OT player.
Okay. Within the building or just in general?
In general.
Man, Josiah Parker.
Talk about him.
I saw him up close and personal in Lincolnton, North Carolina, and I wasn't happy seeing him that night. Man, I'm excited. I've only seen him once. I saw film of when they played Cold Hearts a couple of nights before, but man, I'm super impressed with that kid. He plays with a lot of passion. He's skilled. He plays within himself. So it's one of my favorite players, and I've never said boo to the kid, but he's one of my favorite players in the league.
Sound like you're trying to trade for him.
Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I would not confirm or deny.
Okay, well, I might help you work on that. Hey,
He
Coach,
wouldn't get number 48 if I did.
because it's never already taken. That's why.
It is
You
definitely
see?
taken.
You know?
It is definitely taken.
Hey, Coach Doug, man, we appreciate you joining us. To all the people at home, man, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the OTE podcast. Make sure you tune in to this weekend's game because Friday is going to be a good one. See you next time. Peace.